What up guys, it's Grand Dripper here, doing my 2020 in the bag. It's almost the end of the season, basically is, only have a few more tournaments coming up. It's getting cold, winter's coming, as we know. So figured it's perfect time to do my in the bag for the season. We're gonna start off with the throwing putters. I usually don't keep this many in the bag, but a lot of these are to just kind of break in and see if they fit in the bag or as backups. Let's see, so I got 6 throwing putters, or sorry, 5. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the Duraflex Glow P Model S, nice straight to overstable finish for flicking backhand, as well as this 400 PA1. If I need a little bit more finish, I'm gonna throw this rather than the P Model S, or if I'm throwing into a headwind or something like that. Like I said, if I need more finish, more stability. And then I got my bread and butter Proto PA4. This thing I've had for years now. It's definitely well beat in. I use it for backhand, left-hand backhand, hyzer flip to long sweeping turnovers. If I don't want to throw a sidearm and get too much skip right to left and want a nice soft finish, I'm going to throw the PA4. And this is the P Model US in Duraflex, and I'm hoping eventually this will break in and turn, I can replace the PA4, but that's going to take a while. These Duraflex discs have a lot of disc integrity, so they take a while to break in my experience. As you can see, got the Kobe Bryant Mamba logo on the front for good juju. And then this is kind of like my backup outside circle 2 or whatever, like putter. It's a little bit straighter than my putting putters, and I don't like throwing my putting putters. So I use this for outside the circle putts, or even off the tee if I need it. I putt with the P Model S now. I switched from the 350G PA3s and picked these up because I like the thinner profile that they have compared to the PA3s. Feels really good in the hands, and it flies similar to the PA3. So yeah, switch to this. I would like to see, base grip is more like a 300 grip. I'd like to see a 350G grip in the P Model S, and I mean, yeah. So these are my putting putters. Love these things. I know what they're gonna do, and they just feel great. They're amazing. If you haven't tried the P Model S, I definitely suggest it. Up next, we got the Approach series, and I actually usually keep 2 to 3. I got 2 in the bag right now. I got the 500 A2 with the Mike Kirshner die in the back. It's my boy. It does all my dies. So if you need any disc die, check out Mike Dies on Instagram. That's Mike @Mike_dies. Yeah, he does amazing stuff. So that's my nice overstable approach disc. I can throw it backhand, forehand. I know it's good to do. I usually keep a 300 or 350 in the bag if I don't want any type of skip. I just know it's going to sit where it hits. So that's why I usually keep 3 in the bag. But right now I just got the premium plastic. And then the 750 Spectrum, very beautiful Will Schustrick A3. Just put this in the bag, got this from Mike as well. I told him I felt like I stole this from him just because it's so beautiful. This is definitely the prettiest Spectrum disc I've seen in person. So that's it for the approaches. Now to the mid-ranges. I keep 3 in the bag. I got 2 M4s here. This is my 500 Spectrum Panhandle Open. I got from Ryan Vaughn, very beautiful, understable M4. And then everybody needs one of these in the bag. They're expensive, but they're well worth it. Mac and Cheese M4, nice straight, backhand, forehand, hyzer flip to straight, and just on a rope. These are amazing. I love them so much. And for my overstable mid, I carry the M32. Forehand, backhand, whatever I need. I know I can depend on this, and it just feels amazing in the hand. This plastic, this run of plastic, so I keep this rather than like an MX3. I'll swap out for an MX3 every once in a while, but it just depends on the course and conditions, like I said. So those are it for the mid-ranges. And up next, we got the fairways. Let's see here. Fairways. I'm going to go ahead and add the FX2s. So I keep, I guess 5 in the bag. I got my F7. This is strictly for, you know, rollers or just long sweeping turnover shots. Mainly for rollers though. I'll use the H4V2 if I'm gonna do a turnover shot. But so yeah, that's my roller disc. And then I got my F Model S beat in, nice hyzer flip, dead straight. Now it's beat in, it doesn't really go too far to the left or right, just goes dead straight. So really good woodsy disc. Yeah, F Model S. Then my F2, hyzer flip straight to left-right finish if I'm throwing left-hand backhand. I love this disc. I lost it for a while and finally got it back like 6 months later, so I'm really glad to have this back in the bag. And then I got 2 FX2s. This is kind of a tweener between the hybrid and the regular F series, so I guess I'll put it here. Got another Mamba Kobe Bryant FX2. This is my baby. Good juju disc. When I take this out of the bag and throw it, I'm always trying to ace it, and I just know, I feel very confident in this disc. So yeah, very overstable, very dependable FX2. Everybody needs one of these in the bag. So versatile and workable. So yeah. And then this is my newer I think it's 500 Spectrum FX2 from the Waco tournament. Love this thing. Yeah, so I keep 2 in the bag. Up next, we got the hybrids. 3. Oh wait, sorry. Okay. No, okay. So we got the H3V2 hyzer flip straight. A little bit left to right finish, not too big, not too crazy. A little bit of skip, good woodsy disc. We got the H1V2, kind of similar to the FX2, but a little bit more glide, goes a little bit farther. So yeah, if I don't want as much finish or distance, I'll get out the H1. This is a 750 Spectrum, very beautiful. H4V2 is my hyzer flip to either dead straight, depending on how much hyzer I put on it, or hyzer flip to turnover, backhand shot. Being a lefty, need this disc a lot for those turnovers, for those right to left finishes on righty holes. And then basically utility disc. Of course, you got the H1 in the bag, flick rollers, sidearms, backhand, skip shots. Yeah, very, very versatile disc. Okay, now for the distance drivers. Like I said, being a lefty, I feel like it requires you to kind of carry more drivers, at least for me personally, just because I have to throw sidearms, backhands, a lot of sidearms and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna kind of run down the list in the stack. Utility disc, X1, can throw this into a tornado and yeah, it still won't turn over. Definitely utility disc, very overstable. If I need a big skip left to right, depending if I'm throwing backhand or forehand, I'm gonna throw the X1. New in the bag, this is kind of a utility disc. This is a 400 Spectrum D4. Just put this in the bag, very understable D4, so I would only use this in very strong tailwinds if I'm trying to get a lot of distance, or for a longer backhand roller if the F7 is not going to get me there. So very flippy. First run, D1, very overstable run of D1. Gotta have these in the bag for these Oklahoma winds. Very dependable in windy situations. Spike hyzers, backhand or forehand, very useful. So there's that. Even more overstable than that, we got the BG D3. This is my baby. Got an ace on it. It's between the first run D1 and the X1. Just has a little bit more glide than an X1 does, but very overstable, just dumps on you. Yeah. One of my favorite D1s. I lost this for, man, probably over a year, and I just got it back like a couple weeks ago. I love this thing. I can throw it on hyzer. It'll barely flip up, but stay on that hyzer line. And just have a very soft, dependable finish, and I can throw it in really windy situations. I just feel like I have a lot of control with this D1 compared to some of the other D1s I've thrown in the past. Up next, another Spektrum D3, brand new to the bag. For any people that play Monster Hunter, this is the Rathalos logo. Pretty cool. Of course, Mike Dyes did this one for me. Yeah, hopefully just, you know, be a bomber and a tailwind. It doesn't have to be crazy wind, but I'm just hoping this thing bombs. Just get some nice little turn and then a soft finish for maximum distance. And right now, the D3 Max is that disc. This is the Alkennen 750G D3 Max. Love this thing. This is just a crusher disc. So yeah. Up next, another Mike Dyes D1 Max. The thing about the Max series is I feel like they're good tweeners to the original D series. Like the D1 Max is like between a D1, D2. D2 Max is between a D2 and D3. D3 Max between a D3 and D4. So this is between the D1 and D2. A little bit more controllable. Use this a lot for backhand hyzers. You know, if I need to throw over trees, but I need like that extra glide that a D1 wouldn't give me. Or with a sidearm, I feel like I have a lot of control with the sidearm with this disc. So yeah, that's what that's for. Next up, we got the 750G Spektrum Mike Dyes D1, very overstable run. I know a lot of the 750G D1s like the Matios are understable, but this one is not. This is a very good run, very dependable D1. Yeah, I love this thing. All right, last two, got the Cord Team. This is the flatter one. You know, you get some domey, you get some flat. This is a flat, almost pedal top. D2, man, I love this thing. It's pretty, I mean, I wouldn't say pretty overstable. It's overstable for a D2. I can throw this on hyzer, it's gonna flip up, go straight for a very long time, and have a nice soft finish at the end. I just know I can depend on it in a wind a little bit more than a regular D2, so. Last but not least, this is my baby. I've had this basically since I started throwing Prodigy in 2014. I believe I got it from Lee Thomas. This is one of the gray Proto D2s, maximum distance. If I'm just trying to really crush out there, I know I can put this thing on hyzer. It's gonna flip up and turn over for days and get a nice finish at the very end of its flight. I've done this thing in my heyday like 540 feet, which is really good for me. That's, you know, my best day. So yeah, I love this thing, and man, I would be crushed if I ever lost this. This is my baby. So yep, that's it for all the discs in my bag. Kind of what I carry with me. I got my one tag with the bottle opener, pretty cool. I got from Sholo when I lived in Arizona. And then gotta have music, gotta have that JBL clip with you. You know, for music when you're jamming out, playing solo rounds, or vibing with your card mates, you know, whatever, you gotta have that. Hand sanitizer, very important. Towels in the bag, you know, gotta have those, especially on the wetter days, or if you get wet on them, you gotta have them. Always keep a Sharpie to mark my disc if I don't have my stamp around. Pencil, scorecard, gotta have it, very important. And then something that I always carry with me, obviously a mini for tournaments or, you know, casual play, whatever, you gotta have a mini. And my compression sleeve, since I messed up my elbow, this thing has been very handy. I'll put this on before round, you know, kind of helps with the sweat and helps with the elbow pain. Very handy, and it just, I don't know, it just adds an extra bit of confidence for me. I don't know why, but it just does. So yeah, and then also, I think that's it. Really, you know, obviously I'll have snacks in the bag, which I don't right now. Extra drinks, you know, stuff like that. Birdie bag. This thing has been very helpful. I also have a knee injury, so before round, I'll put this around my foot, and it helps me stretch my knee, my ankle, my thighs, and just kind of stretch out before round is very important. You know, I'm not getting any younger, so making sure that I'm stretching and have as much elasticity during a round, and that my body feels good is very important to me. So I've been keeping that in my bag for about a week now. I just got this thing and it's been very handy. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.